Hey everyone, I hope you are really good today. I'm going to make this video and pop it up on my YouTube page. If you don't follow me on the Celtic Goddess on my YouTube, please do, and please subscribe, and then you will receive all the videos that I upload, usually on a weekly basis, sometimes more. And this will give you an insight as to what's happening in the energetic field collectively within the world we're in right now, and all of the clearings that are happening right now in the world. And also you will receive a lot of insight. I will pull a lot of oracle cards. On my YouTube page, I offer a lot of free card readings through my recordings. And I also have started a beautiful Patreon page, and I will pop the details below. So first of all, what I wanted to do today was reintroduce myself, and maybe introduce myself to some new followers. So my name is Mairead, and I live in the northwest of Ireland. The last 2 years, mainly, well, this has been a lifelong journey, but the last 2 years I have been completely immersed in the spiritual journey, in my spiritual journey, and anything that I've been navigating through with my angels and my guides and my team in spirit. I have been guided and been devoted to sharing my guidance and my wisdom that I unlock within me with others to ignite and to give a spark to their wisdom. Because essentially, what I do is I hold space for people. I'm a facilitator for light language. I'm a facilitator for channeling the shaman energy. I'm bringing through a lot of information from a lot of divine angels and celestial beings. And when I work primarily one-to-one sessions, or when I work in groups, in workshops or retreats, I'm bringing through a lot of information for the group. So it is me, with your permission, accessing your higher self and allowing that information to come through me. So primarily I am assisting you in unlocking what is already within you. Because truthfully, everything you ever needed is within you. It has been covered up and layered up with a lot of programming and a lot of conditioning, and up in our upbringing and in our karma. And my job is to unlock that which is blocking you from accessing that wisdom that is already within you. So I don't believe in gurus. Healer is not the right word. I don't like to use the word healer. I am igniting that healing process that you have already within you. So that enables me to take responsibility for me, and enables you to take your divine sovereign responsibility for yourself. So my soul readings came about through the pandemic. And when we had lockdown, I had a beautiful room here opened where I primarily worked on the body, doing and facilitating a lot of energy work and a lot of other treatments, hands-on treatments, which I have studied for many, many years. So I have a nice collection of many different wonderful treatments: wraps, scrubs, hot lava shells, hot lava stones, reflexology, massage, baby massage, pregnancy massage, facials, all of those wonderful, delicious gifts that we can give to ourselves to take care of ourselves. And then when the pandemic hit here in Ireland, it was complete lockdown, and I had to readdress a lot of things within my life, as many of us did. And I was guided to move deeper on my journey into energy work and into my soul. So the higher self, when I speak of the higher self, that is the oversoul aspect of us. We are in a physical body. However, our energy radiates vastly outside of our body, and we are connected to huge oversoul energy. So part of us never leaves source, never leaves what I'm shown as the Father, Mother, God energy. So we are a God spark energy from that. And then there's a lot of other multidimensional aspects of ourselves playing out. It can get very deep, and my work is like unlayering a lot of aspects of herself. So it is hard sometimes to put into the English language what I see, what I feel, because I work with energy. So it's primarily a resonance. And then this resonance, this energy comes through my field, as in all through my senses, through sight, through touch, through taste, through feeling. And then trying to relay that then to the client or to yourself, even now watching this, can be challenging, because energy is pure, it is light, it is uplifting, and it doesn't need language. So for my soul readings, when this came about and I re-immersed, I studied more and more. I practiced and joined with a group of women, and we tapped into our own divine resonance of light language. Light language is a very ancient language. It's a language of our soul. And when we learn to speak light language, or learn to speak, we reconnect with that language that is essentially within our soul blueprint, our DNA. The sounds, the resonance, and the tones activate very, very profound healing within the body on all levels. So this awakening and this practicing of the light language within me ignited a huge new pathway and journey for me in this lifetime. There's a lot of clearing happening here as I'm talking about this, because my throat is going. Have a sip of my coffee. So this activating of the light language opened up many, many doorways for me. Activated a remembering of many, many of my gifts that were coming on board anyway. Our third eyes in many are becoming reactivated right now. And a lot of fear dissipated as well, because there is a lot of fear and a lot of stigma still attached to using our psychic abilities. And this has been shut down from the time of the witch wounds. So there, 2-3 years ago, I had no real belief in past lives. I had no belief in galactic, multidimensional beings, celestial beings. Yes, I believed in angels. I had no belief in Mother Mary or Yeshua energies, because my upbringing was to be associated with the Catholic religion and their projection of that. And I had to do a lot of clearing around that. So the wisdom and the knowledge that I have attained within myself and remembered within myself has been phenomenal. And it's every single day is expanding more and more and more, as my fears are dissipating more and more and more, and I'm trusting in my own energy and in my own intuition and coming from the heart. So with that, I began to read the energy field. I've always practiced Reiki. I studied Reiki in my early 20s along with reflexology. I've always had healing hands, and, placing hands on people, I would feel what was happening in the body, but I would kind of step back from that because I couldn't understand it. And I had a lot of fear around that. So as I moved more and more in my own journey, a lot of these layers and programmings within myself dissipated and dissolved. And I became more trusting of the information that was coming through, trusting of my own guidance. And with this trust, I was shown. So when I say I'm shown, it's in my third eye, and it's like a veil. So it's not in the physical sense I'm seeing and receiving this information. It's like a thin veil. It's like, that state between waking up and you're fully awake. There's a moment there. I call it the veil. That's where I tune into, and that's where I receive information from. So when I was a young child, I could read auras, not read orders. I could see auras. I could see lots of colors, lots of shapes around people all the time. And I thought this was normal. And then when I did mention it to my mum, I began to realize, okay, this is not what everybody sees. So I have had a lot of gifts. I was awakened to a lot of my own gifts from a very young age. But then as I moved through my teenage years, I shut a lot down, as we will do. So these gifts were reawakened within me, and I began to recognize and realize I can read people's energy fields. So long story short, without going into too much detail, and when I have a client come and sit with me for a soul reading, so I do offer different types of sessions. I also provide intuitive healing, and maybe I'll do a little video to talk about that. But for a soul reading, I have been providing these online and now in person in my home in Sligo. And this doesn't matter if the person is sitting across from me in the physical, or they are sitting like we are talking now, or you're listening to me in the online. Once I have permission to tune into your higher self, it doesn't matter where we are in the world. So with that in mind, I've had such a blessing the last 2 years to connect with clients globally. So possibly most countries, a lot of clients in the States, a lot in the UK, some in Scandinavia, a lot across Europe, some in South America, and many in Australia as well so far. So it's been a blessing to connect with people from different cultures, different places, different backgrounds, and each and every client that I connect with, I learn more and more from. I find that when you sit with me or we connect in a soul reading, I will only bring through information for you for what you can understand at that time. So what I mean by that is if you have not opened yourself up and you're not very much on your ascension journey, you just want some information about family, about your career, whatever it is, then that's what I will bring through for you. So, I meet each individual at their level of awareness at the time. So that means I've had clients that I can read the field and I'm bringing through information that is very relevant to them, but I'm not tapping into the higher realm, so to speak. It's not that they're not there, it's they haven't opened up to receive that information yet, because we don't want information overload and we don't want to frighten anybody either, because the ego is very much at play in somebody that has not opened up yet. So we don't want to, their guides don't want them to feel afraid. So it's all moving at a pace that is right for you. Sometimes I have connected with clients and a lot of mentors and coaches and people who have phenomenal gifts and have blasted themselves wide open. And then I can be in awe because I'm trying to keep up with this information, because they have a huge connection to their divine, their oversoul, their other multidimensional aspects of self and celestial beings. So there could be a huge influx of energy coming through. Angels, guides, beings of light that I've never connected with before. And it's very, very exciting for me, but also it's it's me trying to relay what I'm seeing and what I'm shown, because it's new for me as well. So that means then that client is receiving exactly what they need on their journey. So it doesn't matter where you are on your journey. The higher self of you, your oversoul of you, connects in with the higher self of me. And then, like the shaman energy, we are hollow bone, we receive the information, we receive the signal coming through. So the soul reading, it was initially soul card readings. I do have a lot of different choices of cards here. However, I'm finding more and more that the cards are less important at times. Sometimes as soon as the client sits down or we connect online, or even beforehand, I will receive a huge amount of information. The cards can be used as a guideline. If there's any specific guidance a client is looking for, we can pick the cards. And sometimes if people are just beginning on their journey, a little bit anxious and a little bit nervous, we'll use some cards as well, gets them to open them up. And the more comfortable and the more relaxed I can get my clients to be, the more flow, that's I'm getting the words, the more flow that comes through, the more information that I can bring through for you. So it's a co-creation together. Also, let me see, anything else wants to come through? So I will speak light language through a healing session. I will speak light language through a soul reading. This is how I can bring through information. It's how I can clarify anything that I'm being shown or seen. And it's also how the client can receive some healing energy. Sometimes I ask clients to provide 3 questions that they would like guidance in. I kind of done this more at the beginning of when I started the sessions, and now I tend to invite an intention. What is your intention? What is it that you would like to receive from this session? Is there any areas in your life right now that you're feeling stuck, in need of love, in need of support, in need of guidance, and then go from there. And it's, the readings are so individual to each and every client because we are so unique and so individual. My soul readings last for 60 minutes. They cost €100, regardless if you're here in front of me in my room or you are online. And if you'd like to book a session with me, please send me an email. I'll put the email below as well. Also, I am beginning a beautiful Patreon page. So Patreon is where you can sign up a membership every month. And then once you're signed up, you will be joined with other like-minded individuals. And I will pop up posts every couple of days. There's posts going in there. I've just started this like a week ago. So it's very new, and what you will receive is I bring through a huge amount of divinely guided healing meditations. I record them here. I record them through my SoundCloud app, so the quality is really, really good. You can listen to them when you go to bed at night. You can listen to them at your lunchtime. They will have different resonance and different energies. So I've uploaded a beautiful morning and a beautiful evening meditation. They're shorter. I've just channeled through one last night that is with powerful transformational energy, working with the Egyptian energy of Thoth and working with the energy of the Inti Ray, the sun and Solaris, and bringing through a powerful cleansing, calling through in the halls of Amenti, the divine healers from the halls of Amenti. I have several other healing meditations popped up there. I have some videos, and I'm going to do some videos now. We're going to do talks. I'm going to upload videos about people that may be suffering with anxiety and methods and ways to cope with that, suffering with depression and methods and ways to navigate through that. Also showing and bringing through information from my angels and guides about a spiritual oversight, a higher perspective on these aspects of self. Because whatever we are going through in our lives, be it physical pain, emotional pain, mental pain, all of three of aspects of self, the emotional body, the physical body, and the mental body, they are not separate. I'm never shown them separate from each other. These aspects of self are embodied into the spiritual aspect, and for us to navigate and move through life in our vehicle, in our body. So none of these are separate from self. And when we begin to understand that if one of these aspects is off, even our spiritual, we are disconnected from our spiritual self, that will put a kink, so to speak, in all the other aspects. So if we have a lot of physical pain, it has to affect our mental thought process and our belief system about who we are in the world and how we feel in our bodies. If we have mental anguish, we suffer with any type of mental diseases or disorders, or being diagnosed with any type of mental diseases or disorders, this will affect every other aspect of our physical being, our energy, our emotional being. If we have a lot of emotions, if we're suffering with deep depression, we have a lot of despair within our bodies, this then is affecting our thought processes and it's affecting our physical being. Now, there's many layers and dynamics and many different doorways and pathways back to full health and to healing. But what I'm showing is literally when I tap into these energies and energies around these different types of diseases and disorders, what I'm getting is like as if my energy is being pulled up out of the body and I'm looking down and I'm getting an overview, a higher perspective of what is actually happening here within the body. So these are things that will be discussed on my Patreon page. I will also have lives once a month where I will send you a Zoom and then you can jump on the live and we'll have a beautiful healing meditation together to co-create together. We'll have some card readings. We'll answer some questions. So if you have anything that comes up for you during the month, you can pop up on the chat or you can talk if you feel comfortable in the group online and explore and support and help and share help each other through our journey. There was one other thing wanted to come through, it keeps slipping through my mind there on the soul readings. Eoroto sukutia teoroto eoa te seoa. I kono roto su I te roto su iti iasine te roto kuana seoa. Okay, so I'm going to pop the details below for booking a session with me and a soul reading through my email address. I'll pop the details below on my Patreon page. And if you have any questions, you can send me a little message through my email. Have a beautiful day and look forward to connecting with you very soon. All my love.